guys can hear this, this one, let me know if you guys can hear this. Oh wait, I didn't mute it. I can turn down the volume on the game. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Bop. Options, audio, master volume. Is that better? Hopefully. I'm not in combat now, so it might be a little tough to tell. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Eat dirt!
Cool. Let me tweet real quick that I'm doing this. I wanted to show off a little PC stuff, but let me tweet that real quick. Actually, let me load my actual game here and try to find a new zone to go to before I tweet that out, because I don't want to give anybody too many spoilers or whatever's. Excuse me. Okay, here we are. Let me get these reports. Actually, let's see where I can actually go. Keep in mind, I'm 40 hours into the game, so there's probably going to be some kind of spoilers here. I'm going to avoid talking about most of that stuff, but what can I do? I don't think I've done much here. Maybe I'll go here. How bad are these enemies, though? I don't want coal anymore. Oh, I gotta sell all this crap too, good lord. And keep your hat. Oh, so much crap. How did I get 65? Oh. You can definitely skip Dragon Age 2. There's not much point in doing that very much. It's not a good game. But this seems really fun so far. I haven't gotten to the end yet, obviously, but hopefully I will soon. Or at least this weekend. Hopefully. It is very, very big. Yeah, the first one's really good. It just takes a long time to get there. It's another, you know, I spent about 80 hours on the game, so it's definitely some time is required to be put into it before you get very far into it, or before you get to the end, I should say. It is very much a big game, like this one is, so worth valuables. Let's see here. Valuables, vigorous round shield. Yep. Spell staff. So I'm gonna be muttering here while I figure out what I want to sell and don't. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that for sure. I'm gonna clean out my armor now. So much armor. Oh, I need this. Do I want to keep it? Nope. Probably not. I will for now, though. Jeez. Oh, wait. Nope. God, how do I have so many items? Good lord. Oh, because I'm not selling them yet. Are these all formal tires? Okay, I don't need these. Crap. Oh, I forgot. Okay. All good. Vivian, where are you? Okay, let me sell all stuff, and I'm gonna warp to a new zone, and then I'll tweet this out and hopefully play for a couple hours. Hopefully. Ooh. That's good to have. Oh, I think I have some new uh, products to make as well. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Engraved greatsword. That sounds like it might be promising. Crowblade. Ah, it's a dagger. Hmm. Doesn't really have too much to do.
Pitter patter. Been at it. Oh. How did I... Oh man, that's weird. They should have been rested already. I need to check and make sure I can actually kill stuff in this zone before I tweet what I'm doing. Dang. Slipped down. Ah, crap. Bad guys. Okay, I think I'm good. All right. Oh, let's see. All right, let me tweet this out real quick and I'll be right back. Early access on PC was unlocked through Origin. You can get your account whitelisted by the PR people. It's not
Not, I mean, you obviously have to know people and be in the press part of the world. But if you can do it, it's not terribly. It's kind of what they do. Same thing with Steam. A little more complicated because you don't just get a code or anything like that, but that's what it is. How do I get to the profile page? There we go. I'm at a weird point with Sarah where she was kind of in. It's weird that she has this this Tempest thing because her special is obviously a dagger thing, but she started out as an archer rogue, which is odd. And a lot of these skills are very seem like they're dagger oriented. So I'm not really sure where to go with her. Maybe I'll just spec her into daggers at some point. It's pretty easy to respec stuff if you want to. Toxic Cloud. Feel free to ask me questions in the chat. I got on the other monitor here. Necromancer, yes. I'll try to answer them as I can. Alright, here we go. Let's try and do some quests in this zone, which I have not really explored too much. Looks like most of the enemies here are around my level, so hopefully it'll be a little more challenging than some of the other stuff I've been doing lately. The level difference thing, you have to be within 3 levels. If you try to attack an enemy 3 levels above you or more, apparently you just don't do damage. I haven't really tried it too much, but I've noticed that my main tank character has definitely had some issues where... Not issues, but I just got through a whole main storyline thing where I barely got damaged at all. Just because I was a few levels above everybody else. I'm kind of... Oh, there's another So hopefully these guys will be a little more challenged. There's other things for get that leather. But I haven't really done much of this zone before, so we'll see. I have tried multiplayer. It's interesting. It's kind of a oh geez, more people. Lord. I have tried multiplayer before. It's neat. It's 4-player co-op, not related to the story at all. So you're just kind of you kind of go through these little zones, kind of more of a corridor crawling kind of thing. You wander forward and kill a bunch of things. You find a bunch of loot. You mostly only get gold in multiplayer. And then you take that gold and you use it to buy chests from the store kind of thing. You can also use real money if you want to, but it doesn't look like it's really necessary. I suppose it's possible to suppose it's possible to get to a point where you run out of potions and have to. Come on. Oh, come on. It's kind of more complicated fighting on the mouse and keyboard than it is on the controller. I might switch back to that in a second. I have. This is what the mouse and keyboard interface looks like. It's actually different. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Here we go. A lot of these guys. Wow. Doing little things like aiming, this charging move is a little more complicated with mouse and keyboard. These guys are at my level, or one below it. What are you doing? Okay, stop. Yeah, I didn't really fool around too much with the Dragon Age Keep stuff. I kind of just did the default save state. I went back and updated it, and it does kind of search through your, I think maybe it's just your achievements from your other Origin saves. I don't think I played Dragon Age 1 on Origin, so I'm not really sure where it got data from, but it did look like it was importing something. Let me actually switch this over to... Oh, I don't think I can. This game's really weird with controller stuff. Let me actually, since I'm at my computer, see if I can just plug in a controller and see if it actually recognizes it. This game kind of does one of those things where it isn't very good about controllers unless you have them installed and booted up if they're wireless at the very beginning of the game. Leliana is, a part of it. I'm not sure. I don't recall. I don't remember exactly who was in Dragon Age 2, but she's definitely a very core part of the game, so I'm not really sure how the game deals with that, but I don't remember her being able to die, but I actually have a really hard time keeping all these characters straight anyway, so. I think the gamepad versus mouse and keyboard's a little, it's hard to, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. It's a little bit easier to do some things in combat with the keyboard, like you have all these buttons here available to you right away, whereas half of them are going to be behind the left trigger thing on a gamepad, but it's easier to move around for sure in combat with the gamepad. Like you have to, the game won't move you up next to enemies unless you do it kind of manually. You have to be pushing forward if they're moving backwards, and if you, it's a little more complicated to do that on a mouse keyboard, especially if you're trying to hunt for ability keys. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a game that was intended mostly for consoles, so or not mostly intended for consoles, but designed with the constraints of controllers in mind, shall we say. I'm kind of reminded of the UI. I mean, the UI definitely could be a little more complicated on the PC. I'm kind of reminded a bit of Skyrim, where Skyrim came out with a UI that was totally console ready, and then a week later they put out Sky UI, and it all got a lot easier to use on the PC, considering you had mouse and keyboard and everything like that. Ah! Get up there! God damn it! Oh god! Oh gosh! Thank you. Yeah, the dynamic switching is a little weird. I really wish they had kept that in and just, I don't know if it requires a load, like a whole UI refresh, but it definitely could be a little bit easier than it is. Yeah, I do miss the quick saving when I switch to gamepad. I think I should do that real quick so you guys can see the difference if you didn't see the quick look or haven't been. I've only found like 3 mounts so far. I haven't bought many of them. They're all really fairly slow. I'm kind of surprised that they seem to have spent as much time on that system as they did, unless there's something more to it later on that I haven't gotten yet. It seems pretty disappointing. I don't even bother at all with it at this point. Just kind of walking's good enough for me. Like this way.
More trees.
The tactical view, I can get to a fight real quick and see if I can let me actually rest. I've been jumping around so much. I can try to go to another fight with tactical view in the keyboard version. Basically, tactical view, you just hit control, and if you zoom out far enough, it'll automatically go into this the tactical view. Whereas on controller, actually hitting the pause button will automatically bump you out into tactical view, I believe. Can I show you the skill tree for warrior? There's a lot of skills to go over, so I'm not gonna, you know, I can show you the basic stuff, but there's a lot of different skill trees to look at. So this is about 40 hours into the game. I just unlocked champion, which is another skill tree that you get later on. There's a few different specializations you can do, but you start off with Vanguard, Battlemaster, two-handed weapon, weapon and shield. It's all, a lot of these skills feel pretty familiar from previous Dragon Age games. I'm mostly one-handed weapon and shield, and Vanguard, which is a tank kind of tree. So I have stuff like I get a lot of guard, I can do charging bull, I can taunt people and everything like that. It's all fairly familiar. I haven't really looked at the other skill trees super much, but it's what it is. I can quick save. Okay, good. I don't know if they included any day one DLC. I haven't. I'm not really sure what the. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm presuming they probably didn't. This definitely is a game that I think I would be interested in DLC for, though. I'm not sure if this press copy will stay alive long enough. I don't know if it's a permanent unlock. It looks like it expires at some point, but we shall see. What have I done in this thing? I don't think I've done much at all. Oh, I went down here and talked to people. Let's see if I can find something to do. Story's been interesting enough. It starts off really slow with all the political stuff and the mages and Templars. I didn't particularly care for that stuff, especially since they did so much of that in Dragon Age 2. It felt really weird to go right back to it as soon as Dragon Age 3 starts. But after you get to the point where you know who you're actually fighting, it's a little easier to get interested in it and feel more compelled to actually do stuff rather than just hear a bunch of people arguing.
What do you think of when I say demon?
I can turn the combat noise down
Magister?
in a bit. Let me see what I can do. Oh no, don't do that. Audio. Sound effects volume. There we go, turn that down. I want the dialogue up though.
Arrows.
Not helpful, but given our history, I'll accept it. Thaumaturgy.
What?
Magical endeavors. Helpful wonders.
Die.
Oh, arrows.
You kill a lot of helpless animals in this game. You really need a lot of leather, and leather is not something you really find a huge amount of without killing people. So it's... Let me actually get a quest started here. What do I need to do? Okay, I'll go there. Oh, I actually have to set active, I guess. I haven't seen any pet dogs or Mabaris in this one. I don't know if that's an option at some point. There are Mabaris or Mabaris? Mubaris? There are some of those around, but mostly as roaming enemies who will try to kill you if you get too close. but I have not seen any party members that are that weird. Hey, Red Lyrium. Need to blow that up, but oh, can I do this? So there are locked doors around. I feel as long as you have a rogue, most of them are pretty easy to open up. There is some doors need a special skill to open, which you get as part of your Inquisitor perks. So I've only seen a few of those doors so far, so I'm not sure if it's worth like going out of your way to get that, but I did pick it up just because I'm really annoyed when I see stuff I can't get in games like this. Get the chat out of from this window. Can I do that? Pop out. There we go. That's better. Oh, geez. What are you doing, buddy? Shoot. So these guys are... Okay, well, here we go. Tactical mode. You just pause, and nothing really happens at the front of it. You have to actually pop out like this, and then you can start doing stuff on the... Oh, gosh. Electricity vulnerability. Luckily, I do not have an electricity mage. I'm surprised there's only one dude here. So these guys, nobody has any attacks queued up, so I'm going to go ahead and try and do this real quick. You can always at least start a fight. I don't use this mode a super huge amount, but it is kind of neat to do when you have the time for it. Grappling chain to get him away. I'm going to set up a fire mine. Fire mine does a lot of damage, and I think you should just get the hell out of there, baby. So once you have the actions queued up, I forget what the button is to just make it go forward really slowly. Is this pause indicator tactical camera? I know there's a button to make it move forward, but I'm not sure what it is on the PC, unfortunately. On the controller, actually, heck, let's just flip it over real quick. If it actually lets me do that. I don't think it will. Nope, it doesn't detect the controller yet. The zones are fairly big. So I guess I'll just pause it. Oh, pooper. So I set down this fire mine over here, but he didn't take the bait, or it looks like the grapple skill didn't work well enough, or work at all. Some enemies don't like being grappled, and they will just not do it correctly. So I'm going to lure him back over here. Because this fire mine does, oh crap, a lot of damage. It does it not mouse up? There's no toolbar. Okay. That thing does about 1600% weapon damage. That's easy to find out. So that did 2,000 damage to him. That was 2,400. That was quite a bit. About half his health bar. So you're going to go up here and do a shield bash on this guy. You're going to do a pommel strike. Stun him. And he's dead. Yeah, this is neat. I mean, if I really felt... I think this is probably going to be more useful on higher difficulty levels. I don't really feel super challenged by the game right now, but if I was playing this on hard or something like that, I would probably... Why am I still in tactical mode? If I was playing on hard or something like that, I would enjoy it. I don't know that there's a level cap, but there is a achievement for getting to level 20. So I assume there's something that either is a level cap or it's maybe just one of the things that is tougher to do. I think you can get. I recall reading some of the PR stuff where you can get a little bit above that, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, sure, I can turn that to settings now. Let's see. Options, graphics, quality scale. Oh, it only takes place after the game is. Yeah, it doesn't. I would have to boot out and come back to it. So Sorry, I can try it again some other time. As far as crafting goes, it's a pretty deep, I don't want to say deep system, but you pick up these schematics basically, and you have these little, like if I want to make a bow or anything like that, you have different uh, iron, leather, cloth, and there's also a masterwork slot where you can put special materials into to make it even better if you want to. Um, they're nothing super complicated there. This kind of stuff this is probably about as complicated as it'll get. Why do I don't need to make formal attire. That's really dumb. Uh, so you do find a lot of these. You can also pick up weapons and obviously buy and sell weapons and stuff like that. But you do pick up schematics as you play through the game. You can buy a bunch of schematics as well. You take this to a crafting table in your base and you can make crap. It's fairly easy to do. It's not super complicated. Gosh, there are a lot of these dudes over here. Crap. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna do it. Hey guys, what's going on over here? Hopefully these other guys don't aggro right away. What's the other dude? Oh, sorry, dead. I hear something. This is one of the more frustrating parts of this game. You ping and you hear it going off, but you don't know where the damn thing is. So you're just kind of wandering around looking for something that you know is there, but can't actually find. DLC stuff, I don't have a lot of faith in EA to do that kind of stuff really well. I remember playing Dead Space 2 and just they gave you so many weapons right off the bat. It was really annoying. Because I got the DLC edition, it made the game trivially easy. Oh, there are more guys over here than I thought. Shit. Get in front of me. Warriors, archers. This guy looks pretty tough. Immunity, physical effects. Wow, he's some kind of named dude, which I have to get by. You can upgrade the range of the ping. It's not actually the visible circle is that it'll actually go a little bit further than that, but it's definitely not a super long range kind of thing. Oh jeez. Oh. Come on, baby. I taunted him, so theoretically he should be coming to me, but it doesn't look like he really wants to. That dude's big. Oh, jeez, no. Ow. Taunting me. Also, stuff like the shield wall is really tough to keep this. You have to hold down the button for it to work. So you have to, if you hold down this button, you shield wall, but it's really tough to also move around and actually do other stuff as well at the same time. This is a lot. Oh, you don't have to hold down the button. Looks like you did. That's good to know. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this. Oh, don't run out of the. Oh, dude, I ran away. I guess you still get hit by it.
That's one way to solve the problem.
Oh wow, cool. Whoa, neat. The multiplayer does, I think, work right now, but I don't think it's, I don't think a lot of people playing because it's still pre-release. Yeah. Hopefully that answers that question. Yeah, the AI stuff is not as detailed as I remember it from other games. There's a few options to do, like when they can use potions and what skills they should prefer to use. So But it's not you know Final Fantasy 12 kind of stuff where it's really in depth and detailed. I would like to see a little bit more of that, but as it is, you're kind of reliant on the AI to make smart choices, which they mostly do. It's not terrible. You can turn. I mean, being able to weight the skills is probably the important thing. So it's functional. Oh, so many books in this game. I do not read them. Where am I going anyways? Oh, I want to go over here. Who did I kill? Why did I kill that guy? I don't know. I just killed him because he looked mean. I'm gonna go make a camp. Where is it? Okay. The ping button is V, which is annoying considering you use WASD controls for the most part to... Can I get through here? I don't think I can. Considering you use WASD, it's not ideal, and I would really like to map that to a mouse key, but it is not possible at this point. So I need to go into my mouse controls and configure those buttons to be V maybe for this one game only, but I haven't done that yet. AI's, you know, fine. I can show you guys real quick if you want to see the presets, like the behavior you can do. It's not super complicated. So there's tactics. It's basically what to tell them, what skills to use and not to use. I don't like him using. Oh, that's mine. Oh, okay. So that's my main character. So like Iron Bolt, he has got a lot of skills. So you have to turn off some of them. You can only fit 8. I don't think they can even use the ones that aren't actually on the skill thing. And the behaviors, this is all the behaviors you get. Whether or not they keep healing potions in reserve, when they use healing potions, whether to follow or defend a character. You can do a specific character if you want to. But I mostly keep all the stuff to controlled character because you do want to stick. Also, mana, stamina, percentage reserve. If it goes below this thing, they won't use any abilities, which can be important if you want to have like a special spell in reserve. But for the most part, I should probably actually let them go all the way down. I don't really care about Iron Bull. So
The Freeman's
go ahead, go
leader should be
crazy.
holed up here. This place has seen better
I haven't seen any
days.
conditionals, anything like, you know, sometimes I'd want to have a spell, like cast a barrier on me when I'm 50% or lower, or
When did they
if your
arrive?
opponent's
few
50% or
hours
lower,
ago.
use this special skill or
talking
use
with
a
him now.
hard-hitting skill at least and stuff like that, but I haven't seen anything like that in the UI, so I suspect it's not there. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything from the plane. Have you?
Elite
No,
sniper. Wow.
nothing
That's a
recent
lot of damage.
anyway.
See if I can actually use that on this. It's a hefty upgrade. Good lord. It's like 34 more DPS. Okay, I'll take it. Corruption rune. What does that do? How do I examine the stuff? That's weird. Okay, well. Hey!
Kill that warrior!
Yeah, I'm still ripping through these people, and maybe I should, I don't know. Maybe I'll try turning up the difficulty a bit and see how that actually changes stuff. Yeah, Claudia looks really good. I'm not saying she's in this game, but she's always pleasurable to hear. She's so distinct too. When she popped up in Shadow of Mordor, I was like, that's Claudia Black. Good on Farscape as well. So I guess I'm looking for somebody who's been captured and hidden away in this little mansion here. See what I can do. See what I can do for that dude. Hey, why you guys?
Take them down.
Ow!
Drive them out!
Taunting. Oh jeez, more of 'em. Shit. Stop. Go. Guy's so much guard now. I did like that stone golem. It's a DLC, but he was like a free DLC if you pre-ordered, I think, if I recall correctly. What am I doing? Where are you? Oh, more? God damn it. Jeez, guys. No. Thank you. Shit. Oh, gosh. Damn it. These dagger guys are pretty deadly. Gotta be careful. They can disappear and seek up binder mages and stuff. They get pretty bad. If you don't. Kill them quickly. Luckily, he's on the
That seems to be the last of them.
Looks like
Okay.
that was the man in charge.
We've struck a blow against the Freemen.
Good riddance. Bad rubbish.
Sometimes these outlines for these plants and loot stuff is really tough to see. I'm not sure that there's like good solution to it, but it would have been nice to have them. These are obviously pretty good, but sometimes it can be just really tough to even see them at all, especially when in the desert zone. It's just orange on orange. It's pretty frustrating to work with from time to time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat. I'm trying to keep it pretty general. I won't do too much of the story stuff, but I'm happy to share what I've learned in the extensive amount of time that I've played this game. 40 hours in right now, and I believe Kevin said that he played about 85 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that far. I want to kind of have a
Seems we
review done
interrupted their meeting with the Templars.
for next
They weren't
Tuesday
ready
at the
for
very
us.
latest.
Whatever
So
they came
at some
for
point I might
might
just
still
kind of
be here.
bop through the remaining storyline missions. But who knows how far along I am. Oh gosh. So if you
Perhaps
ping and
we
you see
should
this, it means
search
there's something
about.
special nearby, and you just kind of track it down and keep pinging it until you
Part of a key.
pot it.
There's a rune inscribed on it. Or part of one.
Books and books and books. So many books. I don't know what's in the deluxe edition. This was a unlocked press edition, so I'm not really sure what is even in the
Red Lyria.
deluxe edition.
They were smuggling for the Templars.
If it comes with a
Not
DLC
anymore.
pass, then that might be worthwhile, because hopefully they'll make some good DLC, but it's always hard to tell when it's not around. I haven't seen any recycled dungeons. Everything seems to have been pretty unique, but I mean, obviously it's being constructed out of, you know, a simple tool set. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's to make the key, I bet. Save pieces. I just wander around picking shit up because I like to do that. I'm not going to read all the stuff. I think I know what that is. The facial animations. Oh, rune engraved key. Okay, I need the key. I need to make the key. Pardon me, to get in that door. So this fade touched stuff will be masterwork stuff, so you can make better equipment with that, which is kind of important. I wonder where I get the rest of those keys. What the fuck is that thing? It's like the ugliest corgi I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, the facial animations. Sarah, the redheaded elf, I think you're talking about. She's a little covered up right now. She's right here. Definitely has some weird eyelashes. Like they look like little sparks. I'm not sure if I can actually zoom in on anybody at this point, but for the most part, it's fine. It's weirdly mocapped, but it looks generally decent. How do I get to this wing? Oh, okay, there are the keys. Okay, fine. Fine. Get them keys. Sir Jorius wants to know how I got access to the full game. This is a press copy. If you're not familiar with, if you're just coming from Twitch, I work for GiantBomb.com, the greatest website in the universe. And I will be reviewing this for them. So, and they did have some, they allowed PR stuff that you could stream for a few hours a day, like 4 hours a day. I don't think I'm gonna do nearly as much as that. But I figured I'd pop on because I forgot to show the PC interface on the quick look, so I kind of wanted to fool around with it a bit more. Yeah, so that's why we're here. There is a hide helmet option if you want to do that. Actually, there's some decent options stuff in here. You can friendly fire, you can turn on and off. So if you want to have like AoE attacks hit your own people, obviously persistent gore. You can automatically pause in a lot of stuff, so it's not bad. Nope, I didn't do anything. And is that display? I want to say, is it interface? Hide helmet, yeah, you can hide helmet, and you can hide a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so if you want to hide those helmets, you totally can. There is no hide cloak option yet. There's no cloaks. Barbarian Warlord Cleaver. That actually might be an upgrade for my main character. Let's see. I definitely kind of got used to doing... Ooh, dagger grip. I definitely get used to pinging all the time, but it is not my favorite mechanic in the world. I'm not sure who thought this was a really good idea. I would much rather have some kind of search option that, I don't know, it's, ooh, sexuality and thetas, haha. Yeah, indulging lusts. Man, a lot of crap spit around. No dogs, unfortunately. No Mabaris. There are Mabaris in the game, but they're not playable. Where do I need to go for that last key? We already did the unfinished on the WoW expansion. I'm going to be playing it, obviously, but I don't know that we're going to be doing it a quick look or anything like that. Maybe I'll hop into a raid sometime on a UPF or something like that. We'll see. Actually, that unlocks in a couple hours. Maybe I'll stay up a little later and play some of that. But I hear there's already huge groups of people waiting around the dark, or the Black Gate. Oh, I forget what it's called. I should probably read some of the stuff. I wonder whose house this is. I'm guessing it wasn't the soldiers guys originally. Looks like they kind of just moved in. Loot, loot. I wish there was a loot all button for like looting everything in a certain, you know, space around you, because a lot of times you'll kill a bunch of things and they'll all drop a loot, and it'll be annoying to have to go to all those things individually. When WoW added that area loot, that was really handy. I don't know about the Valkyria Chronicles thing. I don't keep up on the schedule of that kind of stuff very often. I know Patrick was playing it. I haven't tried it myself. I didn't get all the way through Valkyria Chronicles. I got to the big ass tank mission where you had to take on the tank and that invulnerable girl, and I beat it eventually, but it was so exhausting to do and figure out what I had to do to beat that I kind of lost steam with that game after that. I don't know if I'll be able to go back to it. Maybe I'll pick it up on Steam sale or something like that, but we'll see. I definitely like this game. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to replace Dragon Age Origins, but if you didn't like Dragon Age 2, I think this is a much, much better game than that. personal storeroom. How do I get to that personal storeroom? Yeah, it's a much better game than Dragon Age 2. The amount of effort put into creating the world alone is markedly improved. There's not a lot of repetitious environments or anything like that. Oh, what's over here? They've definitely made they heard the criticism, shall we say, and have done what appears to be a really good job of responding to them and making this game much more full-fledged. The amount of effort and time spent on creating the art in this game just seems... I don't know how many people worked on this game, but imagine it must have been quite the crew. All these little... I mean, somebody had to model this piece of corn. Somebody had to make it, and it had to put on, you know, it's got its shuck on and shucked off and tomatoes. Somebody had to make all this crap, and it's just kind of background stuff, but it does add up in the end. Man, I'm picking up a lot of crap. Somebody had to make the cheese wheel. They had to sit down and make that texture and the model. Thyme, onions, garlic. Think about it. Think about it. And I'm gonna make that key because I found like all the pieces of the key. I'm gonna go back here and make that key. Safekeeping. Skyrim influences. I mean, the size of the zones is definitely, you know, Skyrim-ish. I haven't seen a lot of influence on anything else. Like, it's not a... I mean, the combat's very different. The war map kind of thing is definitely somewhat similar to the stuff that you saw in... That's a nice little painting. Andraste. You would have a hard time speeding through Dragon Age Origins. That game is... did I make it? Did I do it? Oh, I need it. So sometimes look at these little contextual things. You probably saw me bash down a wall before to get in here. And there's other stuff where you need to have, like if it says energize, you got to get your mage over here to let him do something funky. I made a key. Oh, geez. What the I thought he was attacking something. Find a use for the ruined key. I'm guessing it goes in this locked door over here. This is a review copy, Strider. I write for Giant Bomb, and I am going to be reviewing it. They sent out Origin... Oh, wow, that's a lot of crap. I haven't... It's really tough to tell DPS on a lot of this stuff. I can show you his weapon, which is, you know, pretty decent. I can show you some of the skills too, I suppose. Man, I'm picking up a lot of crap. A lot of gray items. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought would happen eventually. Gosh, darn it. That's really annoying. Is there more loot in here? I haven't seen any class-specific quests that I know of. There are definitely companion quests for all these people to do. What did I need to do in here? Did I get something? I was totally blanking out here. So there's a quest in here or something. What did I do? Where am I? Emerald Graves. Holding the Emerald Graves, stone, mate's tomb. Ah, did I? Okay. Okay. I guess I'm done here. I don't even know what I picked up in there, but I guess it was good. I want to read you, but your thing is off. That's annoying. So if I click it here, it doesn't let me do anything, but if I try to mouse over it, it won't actually let me read it. That's not fun. I want to read you, or at least pick you up for experience. Oh well. Yeah, I can show you guys some crafting. Maybe a little bit. I don't... the problem with that is that the location that I'm doing the crafting in is kind of a spoiler at this point, without going into too much detail. Maybe I can load up a previous save and try to show you some stuff from earlier in the game. Armor crafting. Let me actually find a place to sell stuff real quick. Can I actually go to the world map from here? Can I exit out? Yes, I can. Hinterlands is where I go. Where's my vendors? Advanced classes are kind of a weird thing. There's a story beat that happens. I was about 30 hours in, where kind of the playing field changes for your characters a bunch. And then all of a sudden, a lot of your characters suddenly find themselves available to have new skill trees. Let me show them to you real quick, if I can.
I'm pleased to hear it.
So this is my, this is your main character. When you start off, you only have weapon and shield. As a warrior, at least, you only have weapon and... Can I not use this? Can I not? There it is, okay. You only have these four: Vanguard, Battlemaster, two-handed weapon, weapon and shield. So these are your weapon stuff. You can either be two-handed or one-handed, and you can do Battlemaster stuff is kind of like war cries and things like that to boost your party. More offensive, and then obviously Vanguard is more tank-oriented stuff. So then at you become the Inquisitor at some point. Hopefully that's not too huge of a spoiler. You become the leader of this gang, and you get this other new little skill tree. This is focus ability, which is really powerful, and you get the ability to grow more focus. But then you also have a specialization that you can eventually earn. I chose Champion because it's a lot of tank stuff in addition, and this opens up a whole another skill tree for you. And your followers actually get some pretty big ones too. This is Sarah's. She has, basically a whole another skill tree as well. So these are not available at the beginning of the game. You get them eventually, and you still only get 1 point per level, but you can pretty easily respec all your stuff at least, which is nice. You buy an amulet from a merchant, and that lets you go back to 0 points and
It's
put them
good
all
to
in.
have commerce restored. I've many good.
Let's see here now. God damn, did I pick up a bunch of crap. All right. Oh, that's what he was selling. Okay, that's good to know. Card of Fang of Daggers. Don't need it. Don't want it. Grey Warden Scout Shield. I don't recall who Sandal is. So I haven't seen him yet, I suppose. As far as the loot goes, I think you're kind of seeing the quality of it. It's mostly great crap. You'll eventually, you will occasionally get some good stuff like that bow I picked up, but for the most part, it's just all gold fodder stuff you want to sell. I'll take a look at anything blue or purple that pops up, but it's pretty rare that I actually use any of this stuff. The upgrade, you get a lot of crap, but upgrades are pretty few and far between. I'm actually more excited by picking up new schematics at this point than I am actual items, because the schematics are what really seem to be where the power is. Does this have anything embedded in it? No, it does not. I need to pop out some of these. It's my axe right now. This is one of the really good drops that I found at some point. Plus 20 damage versus living opponents seems like a good thing. But for the most part, this is kind of the post-mission ritual where you just kind of go through all this crap and send it all to valuables and then sell everything that you picked up, because you do pick up a lot of crap. Iron Bill is the only one who can use these Vitars, which are basically, I don't know how this does damage. It's a face paint, but apparently it can be done. I'm assuming headbutts are involved. So a lot of this is done, like I said, after every mission, or every long. That wasn't even a mission. That was just kind of running through a castle. There have been other missions where you're cut off from merchants and can't really traverse very much, and some of those have been. Does this have anything embedded? Yeah. See, God, I need to pop out some of these add-ons and, or hell, maybe I should just sell them. There is a sell all to vendor button, but I haven't. I'm not in the vendor right now. Okay, accessories. I'm gonna throw some of you out. I really have way too much of the scrap. Critical damage. It's not bad. I don't need. Man, why am I wearing this dumbass belt? Hamstring a bleeding. Doesn't sound like a good thing, but it is. Okay, so now that I've added everything to the valuables category, I can go over here to valuables, sell, and sell all. 40 items gone, just like that. Oh, sandal, yeah, no, I haven't heard anybody say enchantments a bunch. Oh wow, there's a new quest over here. Not sure what that is. This is a press copy Shady Pro. I work for a website, so I don't think it will be unlocking for most people until Tuesday, unfortunately.
A pleasure to see you again.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Healing herbs?
I need them to keep wounds from going bad.
Get out of skipping.
It's too dangerous.
Shit,
Go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Herbs I need.
Thank you so much for your help. A pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Herbs?
Yes.
I thought it was herbs.
These are perfect.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Herbs.
I need them to keep wounds from going bad. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more.
I kind of prefer the controller stuff myself.
Goodbye.
But mouse and keyboard is pretty competent if you like that kind of thing. I normally play mostly. Oh God, more? You want more of this? Jeez, lady.
A pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Found some of the herbs.
This, I'm certain I can save more lives.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Thanks, great. Cool. Ah, gosh, here we are. No, I haven't killed the dragon yet. He's still over here somewhere, up in this big zone. I'm probably about at the point where I could probably take him on, but maybe I'll try that at the end of the stream. He's still pretty tough. All right, I'm going back to that place. Actually, how do I still have 20 things? Upgrades. That's why. I see. Cleansing room. I gotta start getting some of this crap done. You do wind up with a lot of this stuff just kind of floating around your inventory, and a lot of it's not all that great. The problem is these things are a little harder to tell. The upgrades are a little harder to tell relative quality when comparing like different weapons. It's pretty easy to see, but here you kind of have to zoom in on it and look at it and check it out before you can tell. So it's a little annoying. Where's my vendor at? There it is.
We all did.
I don't know if a new PC is entirely required. I'm running this on a i7-920, so my CPU is about 5 years old. This is a 770 GTX. It was running pretty well at the office too on a 670 GTX, so it's not like, wow, that did pop in just as I thought. That wheel looked really bad. It's running pretty well for me. I have no real complaints. There's actually kind of a cool thing is that they have a benchmark feature. I don't know what the bull is, but I have not. I do have my mount. I can show you my Dracolisk mount. I only have 3 of them now, I think. I've never been a mount guy. But the problem is with this mount, it should just pop you on it right away like they do in WoW. Instead, you have to wait for it to show up, hop on it, and then start moving around. I don't even know how to What is the button for? Okay, shift.
Yes, sir.
So this is a lot easier to use than it is on the controller. We have to click in the stick to make it do this, and clicking in the stick and controlling a mount is really annoying. This is a little easier. It still barely doesn't. It barely seems faster than walking around, so I don't do it ever. Excuse me. Yeah, I really confused by the amount of effort they seem to have put into this mount system. I don't think it was necessary at all from what I've been able to tell. Sorry, and I just find the whole thing kind of weird. Anyways, I'm going back to the Emerald Graves. I don't know why it's called that, but I guess people can call them their lands what they want to call them.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Darksiders mount stuff was pretty cool. Shady, I don't know what the 6 hours trial is. This is a press copy. It was unlocked specifically for me on Origin by one of the PR people working on the game. I don't know that there's a trial version at all. I haven't heard anything about a demo, but I could be ill-informed. We were allowed to stream for a few hours a day. I think we did the quick look today, so I probably won't be able to go too much longer, but I will try to stream as long as I find it interesting to do so. How do you like that? Oh yeah, if you, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in chat.
We're watching you.
This is the full version of the game, yes, as far as I know. I haven't seen any... I'm about 40 hours in, so I'd be really surprised if there was a cutoff time, but considering I need to beat it in order to actually review it. I know Kevin Van Ord at GameSpot played it for 85 hours, so this, assuming it is a full version. Where am I going now? I want to find... So when you start into a new zone, you have these little camp. You start off with one camp, and that's where you can zone in, but there's all these other little camps around too. Actually, I don't know how to get there is the only problem. And as you get to the other camps, you unlock more fast travel options. So when you come back to the zone, you can, zoom into any camp that you want to, which is nice. It's good to get them as soon as possible, I suppose. Is a takeaway from what I'm saying. The side quest, there's a lot of kill 10 of these, collect 10 of these kind of things for sure. But I can show you some of the, I can show you some stuff. So I'm in the Emerald Graves right now. So find a person in a mine, find another tomb. There's a lot of these fade rifts that you have to kill. There's treasure maps, which is neat. Light a candle at a shrine, find a bunch of crap. There's a decent variety of stuff. Find a ring. Coat requisition. It's an RPG, and there's at least I haven't seen any escort quests yet, which is a small favor. But for the most part, they're fine. All the NPCs usually have pretty good AI and everything like that. So, and there are a fucking lot of them too. Like I said, I after the opening kind of tutorial area, I think I played for about 20 hours without doing any other story missions. So. Kill the rabbits. I've never been a huge fan of the Witcher games. I enjoy them. I don't know. I don't think I ever beat Witcher 1. I kind of slogged my way through Witcher 2. I just wasn't a huge fan of that world or the combat especially. I just thought it was not my favorite thing. Ugh. Poop. Hey guys, how are you?
Kill that warrior!
No, kill you. So the big red thing there is Iron Bull's, one of his abilities is to lay down this area of pain. I think it's called a Ring of Pain or something like that. And he'll just... and anytime he attacks somebody... Oh, jeez. anytime he attacks somebody inside the circle, he'll be granted a bunch of damage bonuses and some other weird little bonuses as well. It's a pretty big effect. I actually haven't fought for any spiders at all. I think only maybe 10 or 20 or so. There are a few in one zone, but I haven't seen too many more than that. Gosh, what's going on over here? Who's fighting who? Mommy and Daddy are fighting. Oh. It's a...
Watch out!
Come on. So my fire guy now has unlocked the ability to fear people. So he'll actually cast fear spells on people, and it can be kind of annoying when you're trying to kill somebody and they start running away. There is blood magic in here, but I don't think I've really used much of it. Well, one of my mages is a Teventer dude who, you know, they love their blood magic, so he does have a skill tree called Necromancer, which I haven't really explored too much yet, but there's definitely references to blood magic and stuff like that around. No, come back, I want to kill you. Thank you. Oh, geez, that hit a lot of things. That long shot ability that she has will actually chain to other enemies past the one that you hit. So sometimes you can hear it vibrate the controller or the keyboard or something after you hit your first target, and you can tell that you've probably aggroed more people behind whoever you're trying to kill. There aren't healers in this game. There's no healing spells. That's kind of the weird thing about it. I can show you. I mean, the nature skill tree is kind of... Oh, geez, I got my tank. Yeah, I'm not sure who told you that it was a while until you got a hero. You never get a healer. There just aren't any healers. You rely on potions almost entirely, and all these guard stuff and barriers to protect you from damage, but there's no way to heal damage except you going back to a camp or something like that. You just have to rest it out. Yeah, so my mage character here is Dorian. He is the necromancer. He has a necromancer skill tree. I haven't really looked too far into this. I don't know what haste has to do anything with necromancy, but you do get the blinding terror and the horror skill, which makes people run away, and some other stuff like walking bomb. So yeah, that's his necromancy stuff, and then there's also the spirit tree, which is kind of what like the nature stuff that used to be healing, but there's no healing spells at all. There's barrier, which lets you put up a barrier that you have to break through to actually damage the health. There's stuff like threat reduction, dispel magic, rejuvenation, and things like this, but there's no actual healing. So yeah, you have to rely on potions. I have most of my characters carrying around regeneration potions. Oh, he has. Oh, Poopy. Why does he not have haste? Don't use haste. Why does he have it twice then? Immolate. Nah, I think it's still fine. Yeah, you just have to get potions. And if you wander into a big fight, like when I'm fighting the dragon, they are told to keep using their potions below a certain, you know, health range. But obviously, if you run out of potions, you eventually will die. So. Dorian can be done pretty early on if you go through the main story stuff. There's a bunch of different mages though. You start off with Solus, who's an elf mage. What am I reading here? Yeah, so Dorian's, you know, it's basically a personal taste of who you use as a mage, unless the necromancer stuff is specific to him, but you can get him pretty early on. I didn't get him till pretty late for myself, just because I spent a lot of time dicking around, but he's part of the main story quests, or at least one of the two main story quests. If you want him, you might want to think about talking to the rebel mages during the game. Spoilers. Not dead body. Oh, that's sad.
I think she fell, yeah?
Yes, I'm gonna say she did. It's definitely an improvement over 2. in pretty much every way. Yeah, I'll write my review at some point, and hopefully early next week, and I'll try to go into detail on it. As far as must-have sidekicks, I mean, Dorian is part of the main storyline. If you talk to the Rebel Mages, that's when I got him. I don't know if he's part of the Templar side of things. I'm not sure if there's a totally different companion there or not. I haven't come back to check. As far as must-have sidekicks, I like Sarah a lot. She's pretty funny, which is all I'm really looking for. Iron Bull, I just like the way he looks more than anything else. And then I'm not a huge fan of any of the mages. They all seem kind of tepid. Dorian's the most flamboyant of them all. But he's just kind of the only one I've really liked. Yeah, see, yeah, health outside of combat. There's no, I mean, I don't regenerate health at all, but you saw that barrier went up. The blue bar over my health bar is a barrier that the any mage can cast, and it lasts for a few seconds. And I also have guard on my main character, which prevents a lot of damage too. And guard doesn't actually wear down. It doesn't degrade or go away after combat unless you reload the game entirely. So that's kind of nice too. Where am I going? I'm trying to find this camp. I'm going to keep on going this way. I don't know if any of them play this game. I'm not sure. I know Jeff has, but I'm not sure if anybody else has. I think they're all pretty busy with other stuff. I mean, this is a big game to try to get into, especially now during Game of the Year time. Oh, geez. Hello. No, tab is enemy selection. You can cycle through enemies. Oh, that taunt thing is so low, such a short range. It's so annoying. Is anybody attacking my mages or anything? Not seeing too much. I wish I could tell who was. I don't know if these guys have like aggro or target stuff. I don't think they are. They do, which is kind of annoying. So when these things come out, he just cast barrier. Damn it. Or dispel. You can actually dispel these little things before they pop, and you will be able to kill things before they even appear sometimes. But he already had it on time out. I'm cold. Ice cold. Come on. Dancing. Kill something. Whoa, where'd you go, buddy? Somebody was asking about hexes and runes and stuff like that before. There are some traps. I don't know that there's traps in the rogue skill tree. There are caltrops, which you can lay down and run away from, and if an enemy goes over it, they will be slowed. But as far as traps go, if I go to my mage, he has fire mine, which you lay down, and if an enemy walks over it, they take a bunch of damage, which is actually really powerful, which is good. XP is awarded per enemy when you're fighting, and you also get it for, doing important stuff. Is there something down here? Oh, there's something down here.
There must be something here.
Oh, that's pretty annoying. You can't actually see the icon.
Big gushing streams. I'm starting to feel inadequate.
Big long quest for finding bottles of booze in this game that spans multiple zones. Oh, there's something like never read. That's rare, I believe. Cool. I've been enjoying using the controller more just because I like playing on my bed when I'm watching on the big screen TV. But the keyboard and mouse works fine. Seeing enemies in really complicated combat, it can be a little tough to keep track of what's going on, which is annoying, but not unexpected. You can always pause and take a look at, scope it out if you need to. On normal difficulty, it's not really that. Combat is not as complicated as it probably could be on higher difficulty. So I haven't found the need to do it much yet. I've only seen 2 dragons so far. I know there is an achievement for killing 10, so I'm assuming at some point you can find maybe some respawn. Where the hell does this camp at? Way up in the woods, making me walk for it. This is a full version Unbreakable. It's a press copy. Oh man, look at what they make you give.
This might be a decent place for a spot of camping.
Spot of camping. Alright, let me grab another beer. I can't speak to the resolution Unbreakable. It might be my stream upload not doing too well. It definitely isn't like 60 FPS in my settings. I could probably turn a bunch of stuff down. But it's I don't know. I can actually, you know what? You want to see it real quick? Let's see. Create a new save game. There actually is a whatchamacallit, a benchmarking tool in here, and I can run that for you real quick. I do like benchmarking stuff. British voices are great. I like it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Star Wars, where they're all villains, but there's a lot of francophilic French accents in this game too. Like the court is basically, or the royals in this world are basically all French, or speaking English with the French accent. So they do have a little benchmarking tool, which it runs pretty quick, and it'll give you like an average frames per second. I don't know if this is on the Xbox One or PS4 version, but I kind of doubt it. Francophone. Francophonic. Francophone is, I believe, relating to the language of French, and then francophilic is liking or being a fan of Frenchdom, if I'm not totally. So it's a pretty quick pretty quick little benchmark. Just runs that thing really, really super quick, and then it comes out and it should pop up a average minimum FPS. While I'm out here, let me go ahead and do what somebody requested and turn down the graphics all the way and see what that looks like, because now I'm really fucking curious. All right, I'm gonna boot out real quick, and I have to restart my stream, but I'll be back in 2 seconds, hopefully. Is it still streaming? I wonder. I'm not sure if it automatically cuts off when I leave like that, but maybe you can still hear me. If not, I don't know. Huh. I guess it did just boot back up. I don't know if there's any kind of English accent. I'm not sure if there's any kind of I don't know. The Dorian guy is kind of English accented, and he's from Tevinter. So here we are. This is low quality. Let's see what this looks like. I'm really curious. Actually, let me try running that benchmark again on low quality and see what happens. If you find equipment you can't wear, one of your party members might be able to use it. That is the most noobish loading screen advice I've heard in a long time. This actually looks pretty good for low-ass quality settings. is I'll definitely load up the real game and run around a bit and see how bad it is. But I did not. Average FPS 60.3. Am I frame locked? Or am I? Is it just resolution? Maybe the windowed full screen thing might have something to do. There's no VSync on. Yeah, VSync is off, so I'm not sure what would be causing that. It shouldn't be locked, or unless it's some kind of. I'm not sure what would be causing that. Maybe it's just the resolution 60 hertz. It won't. I don't have a a fancy ass monitor that can do like 120 or oh, it can do 70. These are some weird ass numbers here. How low the resolution can go. Anyways, let me turn this back up to. No. Let me turn the graphics back up. Actually, let me load up a game and see how it looks actually in the real world with low settings. So if you're 3 or more levels above, you won't get XP, I guess is what I meant to say before. So you can't just, VSync is off. I believe there's a check mark that'll be checked in if it's turned on. Should be off. I don't play with VSync. I don't particularly care for it. I don't really care about screen tearing. I prefer the frames. No. Back and to the left. You know, for everything being on fucking low, this still looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty surprised that this looks as good as it does on low. It's a little more full bright. Like everything is kind of not. It's a little sharper than it probably should be, but yeah, this is actually pretty impressive for a fully everything turned down all the way kind of mode. You can tell the character models aren't as good. That just looks kind of borky. Otherwise, maybe in this kind of stuff he's still higher res, but yeah, he's definitely a little more plasticky looking in this kind of stuff, and obviously the edges are a lot more sheared up. Yeah, it got a weird kind of glow there, but for the most part, this is totally suitable as a game mode when everything is turned off. I'm actually pretty impressed by that. I don't know how this will run on low settings for everything, but this is the automatic stuff that it kind of does on my what it did. I assume it just kind of took a look at my machine and threw a bunch of hands up and says, wait, do I need to reset it, or is that just kind of done? Wow, that just kind of took effect. I didn't even have to reboot or restart it. Yeah, you can tell there's a little more gentle glow, kind of fade in, fade out, and the character models definitely look better and aren't as weirdly Barbie and Ken-esque. Neat. Cool. Looks like it's a bandolier, but he's a mage. It's probably just my cable modem. I don't have it's America. We don't really get good upload speeds on anything, so yeah, sorry. Where do I want to go now? Where am I going? A lot of rifts to take down. Yeah, these maps are pretty big. Maybe I'll go try and kill that dragon before I turn this off for the night. I want to kind of get back to. Oh, I should have. Oh wait, let's see now. Let me get back to. I think it should detect my. Nope. Controls. No, what the fuck? I have one plugged in. Why would that not be detected? That's so dumb. Oh, the main menu. Okay. Let me go do that real quick. Let me turn on the controller so you can see kind of the differences between the UI if you haven't seen the differences between. The UI and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay. Options, controls. So again, this is a hard kind of thing. You have to go back to the main menu actually to do it. And then once you do that, the UI changes over and you no longer can hit anything on your keyboard. You can move your mouse around if you want to, but there's not really much point to it because you can't actually click on anything actually. So this is just, you know, me trying to click on stuff, but it's not working. And another weird annoyance is that the D-pad doesn't seem to work in menus. I have to do this with the analog stick. Kind of annoying. I have not forgot about the crafting. I can definitely do some of that for you guys. Actually, that'd be pretty easy to do. Hopefully it won't be too spoilery. Let me get this mouse out of the way. So here we are with the, you can tell this is a whole different radial menu rather than the options menu that we had before. That's the big thing to keep in mind. And then the combat stuff, you have this thing, which is you only have 4 main primary options for skills, and you have to hold down left trigger to get the rest of them behind that little wall there. And then also the tactical menu is a little, this has the advanced time button. There is a day 1 patch I know of. They haven't mentioned that there's some weird stuff, like not being able to bind mouse keys was one of the things that they said they might be able to patch in. Jeez, these guys are just dying. Good Lord. The team is really powerful. I like that. All in all, I find this to be a little more natural with the combat, using the controller. That's just my personal kind of thing, so I don't know if everybody will agree. But at least you have the option to use both. What is, and so he can cast the spell if he has it up. Oh no! Oh, good. Okay, so that was Iron Bolt. So if he casts that, he should be able to kill these 2 guys before they even pop, which is nice. Just. Where am I going? I haven't played Assassin's Creed Unity at all, so I can't really speak to it. I hear a lot of bad things about Unity, though, in terms of frame rate and crashability and a lot of other technical stuff. I haven't been following too much about the PC side of things. I hear the PC version is better than Black Flag. Black Flag didn't run very well for me, but it seems like a kind of a game that you can wait a little bit. So I gotta skill up, which is good. I do like getting more skills. You can still do that stuff. Cratier, I'm not sure what was that. There's a bunch of combo stuff where you basically incapacitate people. A lot of most of the stuff I've seen is freezing, where you can freeze them cold, and then that shield bash thing I do does like apparently a lot more damage on frozen enemies, and like substantially more damage. So there is some of that stuff in the game. Yeah, no, this game so far I've had very positive experience on the PC. I haven't seen many bugs. I think it's crashed once for me on a work machine that I did not. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was not too bad. I did play the multiplayer Ninja part-time. I played for a few hours.
Let's take a look.
Different. 4-player co-op. You can just kind of. You can't drop in, drop out. You have to be there at the start of a game, and you kind of go through. You go through. It's a very combat heavy, very kind of linear thing that you. Oh, can I gotta catch them all? Oh, fuck you. These shield guys are pretty tough. Taunt them. So I can keep them on me. Oh, come on. Man, there's a lot of guys in here. Jeez. I'm not losing anybody. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Like the lid, bang!
Go ahead and take a regen potion. Jeez, come on out. Where is my other guy? Did I lose somebody? Where is Iron? So I'm not really sure who these guys are. They're free men, I guess, but I'm not. Oh, jeez. Oh. Thank you for joining us, Iron Bull. Oh, I'm gonna hit all these guys. Oh, no, you didn't. Shit. There we go. So if you taunt people, you can... Oh, come on now. Is somebody attacking you? Let's see here. Yeah, these shield guys can take a bruising, obviously. So you kind of have to attack them from behind. So what I normally try and do is... Oh, wait. Holy shit. How did I not remember that? God damn it. Okay, you guys all get over here. I have this super power. This is one of the focus powers that you get. You can kind of open up a whip. This should make quick work of these guys. It is... Yeah. Okay. I'm ashamed that I forgot I had that. I just got that recently in this game, so... That would have been helpful to tell. There are a lot of dudes in here. What is going on? What am I doing here? Deluded Chevalier. Okay, I'm going to deal with him. Actually, I probably should have saved that for this dude over here. Now there's just a lot of loot around that I have to pick up. Yeah, there's no carryover between multiplayer and single player. If you beat even if you beat like the main game, you will start single player or multiplayer as a level 1 character. Nothing, no items carry over at all. It's completely separate. Yeah, so it's I think of it more of it's kind of a value add. Like I don't know that it's going to be compelling to everybody, but it seems interesting, I guess.
Let's see how that goes for you, big guy.
Man, that guy's great. Come on! Break through! Break through! Oh, geez, Louise. So enemies can get guard as... Oh, Lord, look at him go. Enemies can get guard as well, which you have to break down. So my shield bash will go through guard pretty easily. Where it does extra damage. Jeez, so awesome. Oh, jeez, he's really reeling me here. Oh, man, he is really powerful. Let me try and taunt him and make him go away. So sometimes really powerful enemies like this, your best bet is to kind of taunt them and let your... Oh, he's asleep, so they're not attacking. Taunt them and let them follow you around if you can help. Oh, jeez. The shield thing again. Man, look at him go. Taunt them, run away, and let your melee character, ranged characters kind of... I don't know why he's not obeying this taunt. He should be coming at me. Maybe he's just immune to taunt or just doesn't know what he's going to do no matter what.
Right. Were we after them? I think we were.
Yeah, just kind of wandered in and killed a bunch of people, and that's the end of that quest. Somebody's like, oh wow, Maul, the whale. I want to see what that looks like. Somebody was asking about walking before. You spent a lot of time walking in this game. I don't mind it too much. The walking speed could be a little bit better, but it doesn't feel punitive or anything like that. Bottle of brandy. Let me take a look and see what that whale thing looks like. What else am I looking for around here? Doors. That's really one of the annoying things, that the ping thing will actually ping doors too, which there are sometimes a lot of, but not actually outline them. So if you think there might be something, I guess it doesn't do in that one. All right, let me see what this thing looks like. If it's called the whale, it better have a good look. Oh, that is neat. Huh. This is the sword he's using, right? It's too bad it's so much less power. I would like to use something called the whale, but alas, we do what we must. Mercenary Captain Shield. Hmm. Oh, I have a lot of doors in here. I'm assuming Microsoft paid them a bunch of money for some kind of exclusivity, or co-marketing, I guess is what they usually call it. Microsoft will pay for advertising and stuff like that. You know how you see video games and they, you know, best on PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. A lot of that is co-marketing deals where the publisher or the console manufacturer will pay for advertising slots and things like that in exchange for, you know, uh, making it seem like the game is better on one console than the other, even if they just say that and not actually prove it. Hidden weapons. That sounds good. I probably will play Bloodborne when it comes out. I mean, I haven't tried Lords of the Fallen yet. I have a pretty big backlog of games to play, unfortunately. But yeah, I would like to try Bloodborne when it comes out. And then sometimes you'll pick up stuff from the other side of walls for no good reason. Yeah, a lot of looting in this game. A lot of looting. If you like looting, you'll like Dragon Age Inquisition. Maybe. So weirdly constructed before. And the other thing is you'll pick up weapons with modifications already on them. But the game doesn't make that very clear when you're going through your inventory to see what to sell. So sometimes you'll wind up selling stuff that has, you know, modification on it without being quite aware of that, which is frustrating. Oh, I used to still there. Let's go. Oh, stray rams. Didn't Bloodborne get delayed recently or something, or is that still like early 2015? Money is an issue. You eventually get to one of the capital cities, and they have some pretty expensive merchants there, so you can spend. I actually went down to almost $0, which is nice. I kind of like having something to spend. But right now, I think I have what, $17,000, and I have nothing really to spend it on. There's no like maintenance or repair costs or anything like that to worry about. So if you don't have like an actual item that you want to buy, and I haven't. There are some Inquisition stuff you can do to make. Apparently, you can unlock better merchants or stuff to buy from merchants, but I haven't really poked around too much with that yet. Yeah, kill all the rabbits. Jeez. Man, I'm a bad person. I haven't even seen any huge leaps in time yet. It all feels like it's pretty. I mean, stuff happens and time moves forward, but not like years and years or anything like that. From what I've seen. I think Dragon Age 2 had like a 5-year jump or something like that, or at least a year jump. I'm killing shit. Wow, that was actually 35 experience. That's pretty high for something that doesn't even fight back. Well, I can't tell anymore. What I'm looking for up here. So these are weird little things. The bigger zones have these things called astrariums, where you have to, oh fuck me. So you have to basically trace a constellation, and no line can repeat itself. This one doesn't look too hard. I just have to figure it out. Let's see here. The problem is sometimes there'll be like extra stars that you don't actually need to use at all. So there are usually a few of these per zone, and if you get all 3 of them, shit, I think I did this wrong. No, I did right. And if you unlock all 3 of them, you'll unlock some kind of like extra special treasure chest. That will usually have pretty good stuff in it, I suppose. Yeah, let me show you some crafting real quick before we wrap this up. I got some other stuff I gotta do tonight. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I will answer anything that you have that I can answer. But let me warp over to my home base and get some crafting on. This is going to be a little confusing if you... Alright. I don't think this is a big spoiler, but if you don't want to know about what your home base looks like halfway through the game, then you might want to, I don't know, close your eyes or stop. What the fuck is that thing? Jesus Christ. Great bear. Yeah, I'm going to try to kill it. Hopefully I can... Oh, what? No. Come on. Come on. No, don't run away. Come on. Please, stop. Stop. No. God damn it. Fucking... Shit. I want to keep him up here in this corner so I can attack him without having anything else happening to him. Alright, that did a lot of damage. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Come on, buddy. These guys... Regular bears are pretty dangerous to begin with. Oh, he's running away. Stop. Keep attacking him. God damn it. No, he's panicked again. Jeez. This is really... I'm not sure if I really like this panic deal. Oh, jeez. He is big. Oh, jeez. Lord. Let's see what I got here. I can actually do this. Start hurting him. He's knocked down for a second. Man, I actually... One down. That guy was big. I like big enemies. Great bear teeth, great bear hide. Yeah, we're going to do another movie podcast at some point soon, hopefully. It's been a little tough to find the time for it. Plus, I haven't been watching any movies lately. I still haven't seen Interstellar. I need to go out and see that and some other stuff. And hopefully we'll do one before Thanksgiving. I think we can definitely promise. I just need to find the time to go out and see a movie. All right. Close your eyes for a second. If you really don't want to know anything about the base that you build up in this game, it is, you know, it took me about 25 hours to get there. It's after the first main quest that happens. The first main storyline where you basically get some cool stuff. So I'm going to go there real quick. You might want to close your eyes if you don't want to hear about any of that. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to basically open up the map and go to the place that I need to go to. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma was a great game. I really was not expecting that to be as good as it was. I am looking really forward to what they do on next gen. That game was definitely... that game was definitely hindered by its restrictions of the PS3, like memory and everything like that. So I'm really hoping they do some kind of bigger and better game for PS4. So I'm going to start talking about the base stuff now. It's not super spoiler, it's mostly mechanical stuff, but if you don't want to hear about it, you know, this might be the time to turn this off. Let me actually get to the place that I'm going to go crafting first, and then we'll talk about the base more thoroughly. So here is your crafting area. It's called the Undercroft, and I have, the frame rate is definitely not good on Dragon's Dogma. It was not a great looking game, nor was it technically super sound, but the gameplay was really fun, and I really miss that ability you had to like uppercut an enemy 20 feet up in the air. I really wish that was in this game too, because I think that move should be in every game ever made. So here's the crafting menu. You have these schematics. I have found or bought all these schematics. I don't have everything in the game yet, obviously. There are tiers of stuff: tier 2, medium armor, heavy armor, stuff like that. So basically, you know, I think there's only 3 tiers, but you can basically make what you want. So if I'm going to make something for Cassandra, you basically pick what you want. You go into this little crafting thing. The Masterwork slot lets you pick from some of this Fade Touch stuff where you get weird extra abilities. Some of these are very specific to classes. On dying, 10% chance to heal for half health. That's interesting. So there's a bunch of these, you know. Oh, man, there really is a lot of... That's weird. These are both Fade Touched Ring Velvet, but they have 2 different possible abilities. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen anything that scales with my level. I'm still using weapons from like 5 levels ago though, because you don't advance very quickly in equipment. It's pretty rare to find upgrades from what I've been experiencing. So basically, let me make something crappy here real quick. So you have to use, for something like armor, you use metal, 2 metal slots and a leather slot. The main leather slot, you see this number going up and down, the armor rating. If you use cheaper earlier game metals, you'll get lower armor rating, but if you pick up something like tier 3, you'll get something much better. So I have probably plenty of iron. Let me go and make one of this. So yeah, I have 200 fucking iron. There are defense slots too. So there's the armor slot, which is basically the base material that you use. There's a defense slot where the defense, so you look at the, I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see what I'm doing. You look down at the bottom of this, it says defense slot plus 13 health. Since you use 4 of them, I guess that's equates to 52 maximum. So you use 4 pieces of metal in this slot, so it'll multiply the whatever the defense slot thing is gets multiplied by 4. 60. So you can pick and choose. You do, as you go through the game, you will find, wow, volcanic aurum. As you go through the game, you'll start finding better metals. I'm basically in the middle of tier 2 right now, and they all have different kind of things that they offer depending on the slot. I'm gonna go and use iron again or something like that, just because I don't particularly care. And then you add something else here. The leather. What is this? The offense slot? It's another defense slot. So defense metal and defense leather. You basically can scroll down and see what you want to put in here. The defensive slots for leather are mostly resistances. Sorry. Pick another one of those, like ram leather. Okay. Craft item. It'll automatically name something. Blocking, freezing, vanguard mail. And then you can equip that, or you can add items to it. Let me see if I can find a masterwork. I guess I don't have any masterwork. Oh, maybe I do. Superior enchanter mail. So superior stuff can be made. I'm not actually sure what the difference is between something that's already a masterwork schematic. Oh, this is just superior. Let me find a masterwork weapon recipe. Let's see. So I have this thing, masterwork wave blade. I don't actually know what the difference is between. It's weird because I can make anything technically a masterwork by putting something into the masterwork slot, but then this is called masterwork, and it has a masterwork slot, so I don't really know what that does. Yeah, that's basically the crafting. And once you have something crafted, you can go over to the modify table, modify weapons. I have my cleave in here. You can pop out these things without destroying them. You can just take them out, confirm changes if you want to. Pop it back in if you want to. Runes cannot be removed. They can be replaced, but they are lost when you take them out, or when you replace them. You do not get to it back. That's too bad. What else is in here? Yeah, you can upgrade your fort. I'm gonna start talking about the fort stuff a little bit. So, sorry. XLawGamer X says, looks like the masterwork stuff lets you use more mats per slot. I'm not sure. Maybe that is the case, but these things all kind of have a lot of slots to them. You might be right. There might be like one more equipment thing, or that might just be a tier thing. I'm not really sure. Yeah, you might be right. I'm not sure. I have no idea. It's weird because you eventually get this dwarf woman who says that she's a masterwork crafter.
Ready for anything, Inquisitor?
But then...
Dagna, show me what you can do.
Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff for enchanting or masterworks and prep it here, just like normal. Except it's not normal. It's manipulation of primal forces. And I'll make sure it goes just right. You'll see. That's
what she said. And this guy's the crafter you get pretty early on, and he... No, that's a great dialogue.
What can I get you?
It just exits out.
What can I get you?
Okay. I'll see you later, buddy. You can also upgrade your potions too. So you have healing potions. Obviously, this is what everybody uses. And if you collect enough herbs, you can go ahead and upgrade them for healing amount. Regeneration potion will heal for more duration, and it will increase the amount of healing it does. Ooh, wow, that's interesting. nearby enemies or friends. I'm starting to get to the point where I need like tier 3 herbs for this kind of stuff. There's also grenades, the ever favorite jar of bees, and some wasps, I guess. This will confuse people and I think make them panic. Confusion grenade I haven't actually built yet. I need to do some of that. I think this actually can make them attack each other. Hey, we saw the tactical mode in mouse and keyboard earlier in this thing, so once I'm done here, if you want to go back and take a look at the earlier parts of this stream, you should be able to find some examples of what the tactical combat looks in mouse and keyboard. I can actually hot switch back and forth. All right, guys, I am going to probably take a break for a bit and probably call it a night. Well, here's the Skyhold customization stuff if you want to take a look. You can do a lot of weird crap in this game. You can change your throne, you can change your decor. This all kind of stuff is for the hardcore RPG fans who just want to do, like, you change your draperies if you want to. I don't care what my bed looks like or anything like that. Although I haven't boned anybody yet, so maybe your bed is actually what you have sex on. That might be important. You know there's some kind of Game of Thrones thrown in here. I don't know how to find all this stuff, but you know there's gotta be things. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I hope you found this interesting, and maybe I'll stream some more before I don't know, review the game. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I appreciate it.